because I like learning, which gets us on to educating Ricky.
Oh, excellent, slick.
We've had a good year of stuff, teaching
We have,
stuff.
well, yeah, I've learned a lot.
Can you remember any of the
Of course I
highlights?
can. There was a deaf girl and she hit her head and she could hear.
Yeah.
There was also some people who ate tomatoes thought they were poisonous on lead. There was also a doctor who gave a blood transfusion with some parrots from the pet store.
Yeah.
Because the doctor in America, and it was the olden days when the lines were bad, said give him his parents' blood, and the doctor this side thought said give him some parrot's blood. So that was true, and that educated me.
That was fact. What have you got for us?
Well, we've only got two, because I've taught you about jellyfish today, that we need them, so we've only got two things to go at, and I give them a little headline so you remember them to make them snappy. The two headlines you've got, oh, what a Cat-toe-strophe.
Okay.
And the second one is, well, you'd think it'd be bughead, wouldn't you?
What?
Well, you'd think it'd be bughead, wouldn't you?
You'd think it beat...
No, you'd think it'd be...
Yeah.
You'd think it'd be buggered, wouldn't you?
Bughead.
Bughead.
This can't be... If this is anything with a bug living without a head, I'm not interested. Because we've done it. All you've done is
let's just do what a cat-toe.
So is that. Do that one first.
Which one are we doing?
No, do the bughead one.
Right, well, the bughead one. Well, we've talked a lot about animals and that, haven't we, without heads.
Surprisingly, we have. I think a disproportionate amount on it.
If you're a new listener, this is the first time you listen, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, we've done all that. We've covered worms, the way if you cut their head off it grows back if you don't cut too high above its neck. We've covered
the chicken,
the fella who blinked.
Yeah, I can't go into it again.
Right,
let's not go into it again.
We've had the chicken with no head that lived for 8 months.
Yeah, and we've had
cockroaches living for a week without an head.
Right, okay.
Well, it's a bit more on the cockroach front, really.
Right.
They found that if you get a cockroach and you cut its head off, right, and then you find a cockroach that's still got its head but it hasn't got any legs, right, it's not over for both of them, right? Because what you can do, you get the one that's got the legs, right, with no head, sort of running around, get the one with the head, sit it on top of it, right, get a little tube,
okay,
so that the fluids...
So is this auntie's go out of the room? This is like Blue Peter. You can get this for Christmas.
Right, you get a little tube, you sit that on top so the bodily fluids are still running between the two. Right. The head of the one on the top will control the feet of the one on the bottom. Okay. What about that?
Good.
And, will it continue to live?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't know that for sure, do you?
That was just a question out of the blue he wasn't expecting.
What do you think of that?
Good, yeah, it's great. Yeah, just a primitive nervous system that can, yeah.
Did you expect us to be more impressed and excited by that? Well, did you fall off your chair when you read that? Did you literally topple off?
Did you think you were going to be the Frankenstein of the insect world?
Yeah. No, I just was thinking if they can do that, you know,
with them, can they do it with
humans? Because I also did a bit of research on.
Did you come to the sort of conclusion that apart from the moral aspect of it, that the human was probably more complicated than?
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? Things move on, don't they? Do you know
Modern science, Rick.
You know, I had Binatone as a kid. Now they've got PlayStation 2, and the difference in 10 years.
They have found that if you lose your head, a cockroach can live normally on your body, but not the other way around. Your head on it cannot control its legs because it's too complicated for your brain. So yeah.
Well, so then other research. Because I thought if you don't learn from that, I'll give you something else for free, right?
Go on.
For free. That they can clone people. The only reason they don't do it, right? Say if like Ricky needed a lung, right? They could clone you and make you the same. But the only reason they don't want to do it is because it'd be a bit horrible, wouldn't it? So
and it would take sort of 18 years for me to get an adult lung.
And there's all kinds of moral implications.
Yeah.
What do you mean, yeah? You hadn't thought that?
So, sorry, because lest we forget, Rick, he ended with the only reason they don't do it is because it's a bit horrible and that. Which scientist said that?
Right, that's
a quote.
Right. That's not it. That's not the other one.
That's it.
No. That was just, you know.
We've got another one to come.
Oh, I can't wait.
The headline again? What was the headline
The
again?
headline, oh, what a cat-toe-strophe.
Looking forward to it. Yeah, a bit Wild Council. This is from his covers album. This is called Snowbird.
So, that's educating Ricky of the year.
Oh, Christ.
What a cat-toe-strophe.
Yeah, let's do that then. Victoria Plum.
There's this woman, right?
Yeah.
This woman, she's reading Guinness Book of Records.
Yeah.
And she's flicking through.
Yeah.
And she notices that there's a world record for a cat, right, with 27 toes. Right? So she reads it and she thinks, well, that's not right, because her cat's got 28.
What do you mean a cat's got 28?
Her cat's got 28 toes. So she was like, well, hang on a minute, mine should be in there. So there was
I missed the very beginning of this.
She's looking
for the Guinness Book of Records.
The woman was looking for the Guinness Book of Records.
The woman with the cat with 28 toes looking through, and it said the record for the cat's toes was 27. She thought, hold on a minute, Ross McWhirter. My cat's got one more than that cat, so go on.
Anyway, so she said, you know, the person doing the interview with her said, you know, is it happy? And she said, yeah, you know, it's great, and it's really good in the snow.
Right. It gets through a lot of nail varnish.
Well, you know, that's what he said, right? He said it's really good in the snow. So, I just was thinking, I mean, that's it, really. That's
not it.
That's the end of that story. But
Brilliant.
But what I'm thinking is, right...
It was two cats welded together.
No, she said, you know, it's happy. So, is the other sort of disabilities where, in a way, it's not all bad?
Oh, Christ.
No, do you know, like, that book Steve brought in for me? And there was a fella there, wasn't he, who had 3 legs, who was a juggler. And I was like, what's the point of that?
What do you mean, what's the point of that? What's the point of
he's
what?
not taking advantage of having 3 legs, is he, being a juggler?
Yeah, he said he should be a footballer.
Right? So, no, but in a way, he's used it, hasn't he? He's probably not even that good at juggling. But, because he's got 3 legs, people have gone, well, I'll give him a chance. Let's go and see him anyway, see if he's any good.
Yeah.
Right? So, what I'm thinking is he anything else? We've mentioned, the midgets today who are good at robbing cars. Because they can get through the windows like Dukes of Hazzard.
Sorry, so listen, I'd just like to say, this is the Radio Authority listening, we are in no way suggesting that one midget's forte in life is robbing cars, or that if you're a midget sitting at home feeling sorry for something, you should go out robbing cars. I'd just like to say, this is Carl Pilkington talking.
The views of Carl Pilkington not necessarily reflect those of XFM or us.
Yeah, but it was a TV programme, so it's not me, I'm just saying what I've seen on telly.
That you didn't see?
That somebody told me about.
Yeah, just so you could be wrong, just like a lot of your spurious facts that you just see on the internet, you know.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else? We've seen the fellow with 3 legs.
So what you're saying is there a disability that is actually an advantage?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Steve mentioned about the disabled loo. They're always really roomy, and like got multi-gym facilities in them.
Multi-gym facilities!
Oh, do you know what I mean?
Multi-gym facilities! What do you mean, Carl?
There's always bars everywhere and that, isn't there?
That's not parallel bars.
Yeah,
That's
but they don't do gymnastics!
They're not in there working out.
I'm just saying though, do you know what I mean? So in a way, they've got that. So, always, what I'm saying is, when you look on the brighter side, it's like Elephant Man would have never got up and gone, oh, look at my hair today.
Nor do you.
No, but, do you know what I mean? He would never have that problem.
You're a maniac.
Forget it. I thought we'd get a serious discussion going here.
Well, okay then. So, this is a serious discussion, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's treat it sensitively then. If you really want a serious discussion and talk about whether there are some disabilities that are an advantage, let's think of some then, shall we?
Well, I've said 3 already.
Yeah, you can't say, if you're deaf, Bobby Daver won't annoy you. That doesn't count as an advantage. Do you understand? Do you know what I mean?
Carl's looking at you thinking, that's brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we'll leave it then. I'll come up with a better feature for next year.
Oh.
We'll bin that.
Oh,
So, if you've got any disabilities...
We've been that like that was going to be a feature.
What, you were hoping that would be a spin-off feature? Disabilities are actually
it's
an
another
advantage.
form of do we need them? It's like...
But that's can't think of it. It's like that joke. The bloke that wakes up in hospital says, good news and bad news. Bad news is we've had to amputate both legs. What's the good news? The fellow in the next bed wants to buy you slippers. See, that's not an advantage. It's a joke. That doesn't really happen. People don't go, oh, that is good news. Yeah, I'd probably get a quid for him. Do you know what I mean?
But the fellow with 3 feet, what would he do?
Well, he'd buy a pair and then just nick one of those, because they put out one shoe, don't they? Are those, yeah, if you've got one leg, you can nick shoes. Good point,
Right,
Carl.
now I'm getting you thinking.